Hey there, it's Carla from InternetFamousVIP.com, and I teach bloggers how to create and sell digital products. Well, hello. Today is Thursday, May 3rd, and May is for marketing. So today's topic, I'm going live every day in May to talk about how to sell your digital product or products. And today's topic is how to make, find, and use sales widgets. So we're going to talk about sales widgets today. Yesterday, I was talking about how to feature, your product all over your blog, and I talked about using sales widgets. Well, today I want to talk about how to find, use, or make them in case, you're not really familiar with what those are. So sales widgets are also known as e-commerce widgets and product widgets. So those could be used pretty much interchangeably. So what a sales widget is basically a graphic, and when people click on the graphic, it goes to your sales page. It's simple. Now, if you are selling a digital product on a sales platform such as Selfie or Selz, spelled S-E-L-Z, one of the benefits that they have is once you upload your product, they will generate a computer code that you can put into your blog's sidebar or other places, or you can embed this code anywhere and get this product widget, this sales widget. And a widget is this graphic, and some of these widgets will have a link that you can hover over it, and it'll change color and it'll act like a widget. Jim Key says, widgets, at first I thought you said witches. I want to meet some sales witches. Not quite. But thanks for playing, Jim. Sales widgets, not witches. Although perhaps it could be kind of witchy because having a really good sales widget helps you make sales. So think about that. So sales widget, as I said, it's a graphic with possibly a button that you can that will hover over it, and it clicks to your sales page so people can buy it right away. So I'm going to talk about how to get those. So as I said before, if you're if you are selling a product on a third-party platform such as Selfie or Selz, S-E-L-Z, those companies will provide an e-commerce widget. They will provide the computer code that will become an e-commerce widget that you can put on your sidebar or embed anywhere else, and that is a really great thing. So the question is, for some of you will ask, but what if I'm not on that? What if I don't have? What if I'm not using a company that offers a sales widget, or can I make my own? Aha, yes you can, and that is what I'm going to be talking about today. So if you don't have the option, if you don't have a sales widget or you don't have access to one that's already made for you, you can make some yourself, and I'll tell you some ways to do it. So for example, say you're selling your stuff, you're selling your product using PayPal, and that's a very simple, basic way to go, and that's great. So what you do when you're selling your product, you have to make a button when you're selling something and using PayPal. PayPal tells you, how to create a PayPal button, and you can always use their button, and that's like the most basic kind of sales widget, a buy now button, or buy now, purchase now, any of those little buttons that PayPal has already created, and then they give you that code, and you install that, you embed that code, and then it becomes a link, and they can link straight to your PayPal purchase page. So another thing, though, that PayPal does, when you go into your Create a Button section in PayPal, they also give you an option to have a link that you can embed within email. So if you wanted to send the buy information, a buy link to someone via email, you can instead create your own graphic. And when you insert that, instead of, you create the graphic, and then in your media library, so say you'd install this graphic into your WordPress library, into your media library, and when it asks you if there's a link, you click yes for the custom URL, and then you add that email buy link that PayPal provides for you. By the way, this is going to be a blog post, so if you're looking at this blog on my website at internetfamousvip.com, I will have some graphics and some so I'm going to show you some DIY graphics so you can see what I'm talking about if it doesn't make sense. So basically, you make a graphic and then you link it to the code that PayPal generates for you. So basically, you take that code and you link it to that graphic, and that's the way you can make your own button. And it could say buy now, or it can have a picture of your digital product. Another plugin that I recently learned about is called the Magic Action Box. It's kind of a sexy name, the Magic Action Box. You know, what does that do? And a Magic Action Box is another plugin for WordPress. And what it does, it enables you to put like the graphic thumbnail of your product. You can add some text, talk a little bit about it, and then it will generate a nice link for you as well. It'll a little button link, and you can and it will generate computer code that you can be placed into your blog's sidebar. So that is a really cool way to make your own widget by using Magic Action Box. And I believe that they have a free version, and you can also get one. I think the premium version might be like $50, but you can still get what you need done with the free version of the Magic Action Box. You can also use the Magic Action Box for future reference for making cool email opt-in forms. We're not going to be getting into that today, but just know that Magic Action Box has a lot of functionality, and I recommend it highly. And you can definitely use it for creating sales widgets to link from your blog to your product sales page. Okay. Oh, and also this Magic Action Box can also be installed so that it shows up at the end of every single blog post. So that's actually kind of convenient as well. So just like you can have your sales widget, product widget, e-commerce widget, whatever you want to call it, in your sidebar, the Magic Action Box plugin will force that box, that same sales widget box, at the end of every single blog post, and it'll do it automatically. So when you upload a blog post, boom, there's that Magic Action Box that goes to your sales page. That can also come in handy. So another technique is to use a button. Now, I didn't know this, but most blog themes, or at least when I first started doing it, they don't come with buttons. You see buttons on all these other sites, but what I didn't know was many of these buttons, they're plugins. If a button does not come with your theme, you may have to add your own, because I believe you can get some themes now that do have their own buttons. But say you want to have something a little more, something that you want to customize a little more. You want to use your own fonts, or you want to have 2 lines. You can't always do that with the blogs, with the buttons that might come default with your theme. However, there's a way around that. So as I mentioned before, I'm working on phase 2 of my blog theme rebrand, and that's pretty much done. And I learned about Magic Action Box, and I also learned about Max Buttons. Max Buttons is another fantastic plugin that helps you create all kind of buttons that are links to places. So another way you can sell your product, if you don't want to do like a regular, if you're not using a sales widget and you don't want to create a graphic, well, this is just another way of creating a graphic. So for example, for a course, I could create a graphic of my course and have the mock-up, in a computer monitor, and then just have the picture of that graphic, a picture of that course. But underneath, have a button, just a button that says buy now. Click, and that button would have a hover capability. You can, when you hover over and it'll change a different color. It has that kind of capability, and when you click it, boom, it goes to the sales page that you want it to go to. So Max Buttons is another great plugin for that, and that's also available for free. And they also have a premium version as well, Max Buttons Pro. But as I said, you can get what you need with the regular Max Buttons. The other thing about Max Buttons, you can play with the gradient of the actual of the graphic itself of the button. So for example, you might want to have a gradient so that it's almost see-through, or you might even want to have an invisible button and only see the text. Again, I'm going to be having in my blog post, you're going to have, I'll have some examples of what these buttons look like, but they are very customizable. So you can use your colors and your fonts and make sure that everything looks very cohesive. So Max Buttons is a great way to go. So that's basically the basics of putting a sales widget. You want to have different places on your blog where you can sell your digital product, whether it's ebook or mini course or printable. You just want to give people a thing that they can see that catches their eye, that they can link on to get to your sales page. So if you're using a third-party platform like Sells or Selfie or some other ones, look to see if they offer sales widgets for your products. That's like an easy way to go. They'll give you the computer code, the HTML code that you can install into your widget area for WordPress, and it will pop up as a graphic. You can also just create a graphic yourself in Canva, for example, and take that graphic and install that as a picture either in your widget or in a blog post, and then set it up in your media library that links to either your sales page, or if you created something on PayPal, you can take the PayPal buy link information and that they would use in the email, like if you the same, not the regular link for PayPal, the buy link that you would use within an email. Take that link that PayPal gives and you install that into the graphic for the graphic for your image. So again, I'm going to show you how to do that in my blog post at internetfamousvip.com. So look for that, and then it'll make more sense if it doesn't now. You can use a Magic Action Box, which is a plugin that does all of that for you. It uses your text, your image, and it will give you like a little cool little link, a little button, a little buy button that can go to your sales page. And you can also use Max Buttons if you just want to use, say, a graphic of your like a thumbnail of your picture, and then a button link that that says buy now, or it goes to wherever you want it to go. So sales widgets are very simple and they look really great, but a lot of people don't know that they exist or that they're that easy to use. So one way to sell digital products on your blog is to have sales widgets, and you can use them on your website. You can use them on any other website that will enable you to embed code. Or you can also use them on social media if you wanted, as long as you have that graphic and you have a link to send it to. So it's all good. So that is me for today. That is today's sales widgets conversation. And by the way, I do have a video if you want to check it out. And at internetfamousvip.com/sell, SELL, I have a video on how to sell your digital products. So all of these different topics that I've been talking about this month, you can get sort of an overview in this video freebie. So again, you can check out this freebie at internetfamousvip.com/sell. SELL. So that is me, Carla Lynn Hall from Internet Famous VIP, and I'm signing out for May 3 for May is for Marketing, and I hope you have a great day.